Welcome to Lost in English， 这句英文跟你想的不一样。我们用轻松的聊天方式，陪你一起学会生活中最常见的英文片语及惯用法。如果接下来的英文对话内容太快，记得可以调整语速。同时，节目的资讯栏也有提供文字下载档，别忘记去领取咯。I'm Shirley.
And I'm Abby.
Today, the phrase we are going to talk about is turn down. But let's listen to a conversation first. Did you accept the job offer from the company?
No, I had to turn it down because the salary was too low.
That makes sense. Are you still working?
Yeah, hoping to find something better soon.
So what does turn down mean here, Abby?
To turn down means to refuse or say no to an offer, request, or invitation.
这个片语动词 turn 有转向某个方向的意思，而介系词 down 则是有向下的意思。所以我们可以使用联想法，当我们说 turn something down 或者是 turn down something， 就可以想象有一个有按钮的游戏机，突然跳出一个上面写着机会的选项，但是当你把它往下压下去，就像是把这个机会压回去一样，衍生的含义就可以表示拒绝的意思咯，常用来表达某个人主动提出邀请，而你拒绝不参与的情境当中所使用的片语。So Abby, let's go with an opposite kind of question today. What's something you would never turn down?
I try to never turn down an invitation to meet new people or try new things or to travel. And, of course, an invitation to hang out with my friends or family.
Yeah.
For example, when I was younger, I almost turned down an opportunity to go to Morocco with my school, and I'm so glad I changed my mind and decided to go on the trip.
Morocco. I don't hear a lot of people visiting there. So were you an exchange student there?
It was more with my school on a special trip. They had a collaboration with a school in Morocco, so it was sort of like an exchange, but we only stayed there for 2 weeks. I learned so much about a new culture, and it really changed my perspective on life. And I'm so glad I got to see such a different country at such a young age.
That's so nice. Any specific story you want to share? I honestly have zero knowledge about their culture.
Yeah, I remember it felt like a completely different world. I stayed with a host family in this small mountain village where everyone knew each other, and they had a prayer room in their home, and they shared every meal together, and they spent hours cooking and eating each day.
Did they also share their culture while cooking?
Yeah, they showed and explained everything to me. They actually even dressed me in traditional clothing once, and they gave me my own name in Arabic. Yeah, it was so cool. And I had been nervous about maybe offending someone since our cultures were so different, but they were just as curious about me as I was about them.
That's so cool. I would love to know my Arabic name too.
Yeah, it was so special. What about you? Are there any opportunities you would never turn down?
Yes, I never really turned down any opportunity to learn about different cultures too. So like one time, my husband's boss invited us to dinner at his home, and I almost turned it down. But in the end, I ended up learning so many interesting cultural differences.
Ooh, I want to hear the cultural differences you noticed.
Yeah, so the first thing I noticed was that we didn't really have to take off our shoes when we enter their house. I think we talked about this before, but just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in most Asian households, we usually take off our shoes at home or when visiting someone else's house.
Yeah, I've been so curious about this for a while because in France and in a lot of other European countries, everyone has a special pair of shoes just for their house. The idea was so funny to me when I first got here. Like, everyone always wears their house shoes around the house. And in the US, I feel like we mostly go without shoes in the house, but when it's a guest or a more formal situation like the dinner with your husband's boss, you usually let them keep their shoes on to be polite.
So you mean you guys think asking guests to take off their shoes might feel a little bit rude?
Yeah, maybe a bit if you don't know them very well. I think it would have been rude for your husband's boss to ask you to take off your shoes. But I would never let my friends in my house with their shoes on because they know me well enough to not be offended.
Yeah, that's fair. I would ask my friends to do the same thing.
Yeah. And did you notice any other funny differences at the dinner?
Yeah, another thing that I noticed was that the food was self-serve. They just put all the dishes on the kitchen table and we helped ourselves, kind of like a buffet, actually. I've been to a few American homes since then, and it was always the same.
Oh, yeah. What would the alternative be?
I don't think typical Taiwanese families would do that. Usually we try to serve our guests as much as possible. Even in my parents' generation, they would often put food on your plate themselves to make sure you had enough food. And yeah, as a guest, yes, you might feel a little bad if you don't finish everything on your plate.
Oh, wow. That makes sense. I've noticed that in other countries now that I think about it. And I always feel really bad when someone serves food for me. Like, it's such a sweet thing to do and I'm not used to it. I feel like I don't deserve it.
Yeah, I figured before I get to the last cultural difference I noticed, I just want to say that I don't think that any of this is a bad thing. I actually really like the idea, but I know it might sound a little bit negative at first.
Oh, of course. I'm so curious to hear it now.
So when I visited my husband's boss's house, they offer some simple but really good dishes like soup, bread, and some simple meat and some homemade cake. And that was it. I mean, he was my husband's boss. He had a big house. He even kept some pets. So obviously he wasn't poor or anything. I guess it was just a cultural difference.
Oh, okay. So what jumped out at you or surprised you about that?
Right. So in most Asian families, we want to offer the best food or even take guests to the best restaurant. So here's an example. When I was little, if we have visitors, my dad would order lots of great dishes, and that was our chance to enjoy a lot of good food in one night. So it's really about giving the best to your guests.
Oh, that's so interesting to notice, and definitely not negative. I honestly never thought of it before, but it's so true. I wonder if it's because maybe we have company more, like we invite people over more often in the US than in Taiwan. I'm not sure.
I never thought about that, but that it could be.
Yeah, it's a very nice idea. I love that. And maybe in the US, we're just more used to going over to other people's houses, so it's like more casual and we never turn down an invitation.
Right, exactly. All right, so before we go, let's review the phrase again. When we say turn down, we mean to refuse or say no to something.
Exactly. So next time you get an invitation or opportunity, think twice before you turn it down, or you might miss out on life's little adventures.
Exactly. And hopefully you're never turned down listening to our podcast show. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.
如果你觉得今天的内容有趣而且很有帮助，也欢迎到 Instagram 搜寻输出英文，里面有更多文化的相关英文学习内容，别错过咯。那我们就下期见咯。